Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kindness Rising, your morning dose of hope, humanity, and heart. It is a Monday morning. We are getting up and after it once again on Kindness Rising for another loop as we go around. Come on, get involved in the chat. We're going to be here every day this week, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, live on the Mornings in the Lab network. Your place to get up and get after it every single day. Thanks for joining me here this week. I appreciate you out there. I'm going to get some of this going. Welcome people and get us up and get going this morning with a little bit of more energy for our Monday morning, getting up and getting after it. And here's the deal. There are incredibly talented people out there. Maybe you're one of them out there doing meaningful work with valuable ideas, but they continue to remain invisible. Not because they lack ability, not because they lack intelligence, and certainly not because they lack the passion, but they remain invisible for a simple reason. They're just not putting themselves out there. They're not being seen. And here is the hard truth. Opportunity rarely knocks on your door if you can't be seen. Today on Kindness Rising, we are exploring the courage to be seen. Actually, all week long, we'll be exploring that same idea, the courage to be seen. Because visibility, it's not about ego. It is access, it is connection, and it is opportunity. And also this week is personal for me. A little personal add-on this week because we are approaching the one year anniversary of Uncommon Kindness LLC. And this week I'll be sharing parts of my own visibility journey, the steps, discomfort, the surprises, and why choosing to be seen has been one of the best decisions I've made in a long time. Welcome into Kindness Rising. Get involved in the chat. Roseanne, I see you out there in the comments on YouTube. Who's out there? What are you getting up and getting after about? This week, we are going to be talking about visibility, ways to make ourselves visible, why it's important to be visible. One way you make yourself visible is right there in the chat. You don't have to be video visible to start. Not at all. Not at all. I didn't start like this. Certainly not a year ago. Certainly not a year ago. I had never posted a single video actually until April of last year, ever in my life. And now I come here live every day, 30 minutes a day, weekdays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. You help us get up with a little hope, humanity, and heart. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who's out there? Say hello. Talk about the common misconceptions of visibility. Some people don't want to put themselves out there for visibility because I don't want the attention. It's just about attention. I'm not going to self-promote. I'm not self-centered enough. I don't have enough to say, all these things. But here's the question. What if being visible is actually an act of service? An act of service. You have an idea that could help someone. If you have experience that could guide someone, if you have insight that encourages someone, then hiding that isn't going to protect anyone. It withholds your actual value. Think about the people you trust most professionally. You didn't just read their bio. You didn't just scan a resume and go, "Oh yeah, well they're my bestie now. I'm really going to trust them." You have to experience them. You heard how they think. You observe how they communicate, and you see how they show up consistently. Trust is built through exposure over time, not exposure as hype, exposure as familiarity, because familiarity is going to build confidence, and confidence in that relationships reduces people's perceived risk, and reduced risk is going to create opportunities. That's what we're doing right here on Kindness Rising every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Of course, Sully, you are out there. Yeah, Kindness Rising isn't 1 year old yet. Uncommon Kindness is, though. I made my official commitment on March 27th, which, Roseanne, you're out there. I know you know that's a significant date. It actually was coincidence, but maybe not coincidence, that my official paperwork came through on March 27th, 2025. For the start of this journey. Kindness Rising started July 7th. So that's just part of the journey. That's the story, the official story. From March 27th to July 7th, I was figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out here, heading into a year time frame, and it's been a crazy year of growth. When I step back and look at it, some of the days have felt brutally long and difficult, and lots going on in life, and just crazy. Can't believe where I'm at, but I'm feeling more and more and closer to that feeling of destiny, and I don't even know what the word is. I don't know. Anyway, that wasn't what I meant to be talking about here. I went into a little personal. All right. Anyway, but that was what I was talking about. Actually, showing up consistently. That's how you build trust. I hope I'm building trust with people by showing up consistently, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every single weekday, because trust is built through exposure over time, not exposure as in hype, right? Absolutely. We talked about that. Tempos Fugit, what year? Congratulations as you approach an amazing experience. Wow. Tempus Fugit. That means time flies, right? What year? What a year. Yeah, crazy year. Years just go by, right? Right, Roseanne? Sometimes the years just fly by. The days are really long, but the years fly by, for sure. And right here, this is why the reasons why live content is so powerful, right? People aren't just consuming your ideas in some cold way. They're actually experiencing your presence, and your presence communicates more than a static post ever can. Your tone, your energy, your intent, your generosity, your consistency, all of it shows up when you go live. People begin to understand not just what you know, but how you show up. And how you show up is often the deciding factor in whether people want to work with you or not. That's why going live is the experience that it is that can boost you to the next level. Morning's in the lab. Good morning, Keith. How you doing, buddy? Your message got a little mixed up, Roseanne. I understood it, though. I understood it. It has been quite a year of this, absolutely, and we're just getting started. Every day is just getting started. Absolutely. But just remember this. Visibility is not vanity. It is clarity. It helps people understand how you think, how you communicate, and whether they feel aligned with your approach. And so if your work can help someone, being seen is what's going to make that possible and connect you to the people you need to be connected with. That's why you go live every day with Mornings in the Lab Network. That's why I go live. That's why Keith and John and Cheryl and Jason and the What the Truck guys, and more coming. You're going to be hearing about some exciting developments in the network coming up real soon. Anyway, back to the kindness spotlight. No, we're going to roll into part. Ready? Love that little drop as we get into the kindness spotlight, because these are the organizations that are dedicated to helping people find their voice, because their voice will unlock their opportunity. Right? There's lots of them out there. You know Toastmasters International. You probably know StoryCorps, but there are lots of organizations dedicated to helping people find their voice. But here's the surprise, the little twist. Often it's quiet, accessible, in the community-centered ways that visibility shows up is important. Visibility isn't only about speaking. Sometimes it's about quiet presence. And that's why today I am spotlighting. I really am. I'm about to be spotlighting the Good Listening Project. Here they are. The Good Listening Project. They're supporting humans in healthcare, which is an important subject to me. Absolutely. I come from the healthcare world. Here they are. They have developed the concept of good listening through their Listening Poets. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to humanizing healthcare through the healing power of poetry. Absolutely. Creating spaces for listening and reflection that foster connection, reduce burnout, and promote well-being of patients, healthcare professionals, and their communities. You can see the poet sessions here that they have, meeting with the professionals, meeting with other patients, and they sit and they listen to the story. And then they turn your story into a poem. The work that they do reminds us that being heard is deeply human. Those poems, they really connect with people, connecting their story so that they can really hear just how important their words are, a reflection of emotion and experiences. And it helps to heal. I think it's a pretty cool project. I would check them out if I were you. That's the Good Listening Project. They actually have certification programs. I was looking around on their website. Certification programs so that you can learn how to become one of these poets that sits with people who are in their moments of emotion and trying to express their feelings and help them to express those feelings, put them in words and give them a gift. You can actually hire them to come in and meet with your teams or your family to get that poetry as a special gift. I think that's a pretty cool way that they raise money. And it's a 501c3. It's a nonprofit organization. So everything that they do goes back into the organization to foster connection and help people. I think it's a pretty cool organization. Check out the Good Listening Project, small groups, become a certified listener. They've got events and all kinds of cool stuff going on over there at the Good Listening Good Listening Project. All right. All right. Transition. Always transitioning. Take a little sip. What's going on out there? How are you showing up? How are you making yourself intentionally seen, stepping forward, stepping into the light? And how is that going to benefit you every day? That's what we're talking about by doing it every day. And that's what we're showing by doing it every day. Absolutely. Amazing things going on at the Mornings in the Lab network for sure. I did promise I was going to talk a little bit about my own story and why it's so important. My own personal reflection. Maybe it's a little bit of I don't know, self acknowledgement, I guess, is what it is. Really, just acknowledgement. Certainly, been a year of transition of time, of craziness, people in and out of my life, opportunities in and out. But one thing that's been consistent is I have shown up every day, every day doing something. Just keep showing up. No, building, and now I'm building. Now I'm building something. But there's been a lot of messy times over the past year, but I still have no regrets, and I know I'm just getting started in terms of making myself more visible, more self-reliant every day, because that's, I think, the key to freedom, right? To freedom, right? For me, so made a decision to become more visible, to start developing a personal brand. We talk about that here, but just making myself more visible to try to not try to attract and connect with a network of people that are interested in what I'm doing. This came after period of significant self-reflection with therapy and coaching and that kind of thing. I said, it's time for me to become more visible, but I'm going to stick my toe in there. Just I was encouraged by one certain person to just say, start putting yourself out there. Start putting yourself out there. I posted publicly with intention for the first time in February of 2025. And it really wasn't even posting. It was just commenting on comments, reposting things, but getting involved in the platforms and starting to put myself out there. Then I met a person very quickly, actually, within a few weeks of starting this. I met a person who changed my perspective and encouraged me to write my first personal post. A woman named Amy Reiner. I haven't talked about Amy in a while, but it's been a year since she and I connected, and she encouraged me to write that first personal post. And then the posts started coming, and then the pictures of the cat started coming, then the stories started flowing, and I started writing just over that couple of months of April and March and April. And in April of last year, I made my first live appearance in the mornings in the Lab Network with Keith Billis. I can't believe it's coming up on a year since I met Keith, and I'm going to tell more about that story and our evolution, but that's not the point of today. Today is talking about in April, first live appearance. By July, I committed to showing up live consistently. And that's when something unexpected really happened. This is not why I did it, but this was the major result for me, showing up live every morning. Structure in my mornings, getting up, getting going, or first thing in the morning. I had a commitment to somebody, to something, as much to myself to do this, a purpose to get up at a time and get going. And that's why mornings are so powerful, and why what we're building at Mornings in the Lab is based on that concept of that getting up and rising together in the morning. And as I started making those connections and started doing that live, my confidence grew. My thinking is sharpened, my learning. I mean, I'm learning so much. I've committed to this journey of digital marketing and live streaming. And I mean, the learning curve is as steep as a learning curve can get. But it's been amazing. And I've been doing it by showing up every day, in forming relationships and partnership conversations and ideas starting to flow, and a sense of momentum because I chose to put myself out there and do it every day and commit to it. Choosing visibility, of course, did not solve everything. There's tons going on, ups and downs, and doing it visibly, and what I choose to share and what I choose not to share, and doing it is all part of it. But the idea of being visible and being consistently visible has become a catalyst for growth for me. Growth in my skill, growth in my perspective, growth in my self-assurance, my courage, my connection, and my understanding of myself. And so when we allow ourselves to be seen, we create the conditions for that to happen within ourselves and the conditions for others to find us. That's the amazing, amazing part. Amazing, amazing part. Absolutely. When we allow ourselves to be seen, we create the conditions for others to find us too. And the others, the people who find us, are the ones who are going to change us. Absolutely. All right. Mornings in the Lab. Keith, I'll see you, brother. Go get ready. We'll see you at 8 a.m. over at Mornings in the Lab Network. I'm glad that those of you have chosen to stick around and hear me yakety. No, I hope it's helpful. I'm not just yakking. It helps me. So I hope it helps you to think about that experience, to want to live that experience again and again and again. And that's what it is when you learn and you realize you think you got it, and then you learn something new, and then you think you got it and you learn something new again. This week, I'm going to be sharing more stories from that journey. I hope you'll come up along with me. I encourage you to come along with me, to subscribe to the channel, to get up and get after it every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, with Kindness Rising. Absolutely. And we're building some amazing stuff at the Mornings in the Lab Network, and I certainly look forward to sharing more and more about the universe that we are building here. Absolutely. All right. Certainly the people that we meet when we're walking down the street, the people that have emerged. I talked about Amy. I gave her props. Amy introduced me to Keith. I mean, it just builds and builds and builds, and there's more and more people. But I will tell you this, two people out there I know that are out there that have made this journey for me just so worth the process, the time. Mike Sullivan, I know you're out there listening, future life coach. You have been my most consistent non-family supporter, frankly. Lots of people have come and gone. You have shown up, Mike Sullivan, every single day, dude. I appreciate you. Along with Adam Holroyd, who's here often with us in the morning. He's not here today, as far as I know. Maybe you're out there, Holroyd. I don't know. But Adam, who's jumped in and supported early on. But Sully, every single day, are most consistent. You get the most consistent award. And then I'm going to have to give it to my mom too, right? Family. Roseanne, you show up every single day, no matter where you are. And I can't say enough about that. Like, that's pretty cool. Some people are like, dude, your mom shows up every day. What if your mother showed up at your place of work every day? Interesting idea. But at the same time, I love that I'm connected to my mother in this way. It gives us something to talk about. It gives us a connection. And I hope it helps her in her morning rituals and routines. Mom, you're out there. So absolutely. I get to wake up every morning and come here. I get to hang out with Mike Sullivan. I get to interact with my mother every morning, even if it's just in an online chat. So that's pretty cool. Not a lot of people get that, and I do. So it's pretty cool. You can too if you want your mother to come see you on your live stream. You can too. All right. Or anybody else that you care about. Right. Absolutely. All right. So today we're going to roll into our kindness call now that I gave my shout outs. Did we do this one? All right. I like this one too. All right. Here I am dancing and moving my shoulders on Kindness Rising as I get up and get after it. And I'm going to give you our kindness call. Our kindness call for today is super simple. Just get out there and share one idea publicly, something that might help someone. It doesn't have to be perfect, just honest. A short post, a quick video, a simple reflection, some kind of an insight from your experience, whatever it is that you've learned, learned lately or recently. That's the word I was trying to get out there. Use the phrase courage to be seen. Give yourself courage. Encourage others to share and be seen too, because visibility, like kindness, multiplies when it's shared. And when more people feel safe to share ideas, then more new and helpful ideas enter the world. That's what we're doing on Mornings in the Lab Network. That's what we're doing at Kindness Rising, giving you all a chance to have a voice in the world. And enjoy this little jazzy piano jam. Kind of like it. All right. Anyway, we're winding down here on a Monday of Visibility Week. We're going to be talking about not just stepping into the light in the terms of actually putting content out there, creating. That's part of it. But we're going to be talking about stepping into different kinds of lights, stepping on the different stage, putting yourself out there. The idea of vulnerability, of honesty, of self-assuredness, and self-esteem, and the impact that can have when you're genuine, and how you can't hide when you go out there live over time. People can fake it for a long time, but eventually the truth comes out about who they are as people when you go live like this, and that allows you to connect. It allows you to connect, not just the faking inside, but you can be shy and quiet, but what's your true self comes out over time, whether that's because you're faking and masking, or whether it's because you're shy. And that's what I love about going live, about sharing authenticity, vulnerability, honesty, truth out there. Absolutely. It has to happen when you go live. Part of the deal. That's the biggest courage. The biggest courage is being willing and being open to that risk. And once you get over that hump, it's smooth sailing. All right. I'm gonna see if that works. Fade music. All right. Here's the thing. Being seen can feel risky, but being unseen guarantees you're going to miss opportunities. Your voice does not need to reach everyone to matter to someone. You can reach one person, the right time. That's all it takes is just one. Someone is waiting for you. Someone is waiting for your encouragement. They're waiting for your example. And when you choose visibility, you create possibility for connections, for collaboration, for growth, for and especially for kindness. Like I said, when we choose visibility, we create possibility for connection, for collaboration, for growth, and for kindness. That's what we're talking about here on Kindness Rising every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Now get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, and come on back tomorrow morning. Until then, Stay uncommon and stay kind.
What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.